We're seeing so many people called into media and into acting, entertainment media in this hour. In fact, the younger generation, many of them are learning all the digital technology of today so that they can make an impact in the world that they live in. It's just a whole different world. I remember, you know, a month or so ago, I was taking a social media and networking seminar, and it revolutionized my life. It really did. It was phenomenal. It just opened these new doors. And I realized that people, even relationship building in these days is actually done through media. A lot of it is. You know, people are meeting their life mates on the internet and developing their relationship through Facebook before they even meet each other. It's just a different world. It's sure different from the world that I lived in. I remember the other day I was just thinking about, you know, when I first started in full-time ministry back up in Canada about 35 years ago, we didn't even have a computer at first. We were working on electric typewriters. In fact, I had one electric typewriter in the office and the other two in the office were just the manual ones, and we thought we were really something when we got to use the electric typewriter, and you had to use the whiteout and everything. And then I remember getting our first computer. It was this massive big computer, really expensive. I remember we paid $12,000 for it, and it could hardly do anything, but we thought we were on the cutting edge. You know, it had a slow memory, it didn't do very much, so they didn't have many programs, but it was the beginning of this new technology. I remember when we started using emails, and you know, I remember photocopiers even coming in, because prior to that we used to have this Gestetner machine where we would put the original on a big ink roll and then roll it around and crank out the copies that we needed. It was crazy, you know, but back then that was modern technology. We were on the cutting edge. But today you can do anything you want, almost like with a flick of a button. The technology has escalated so much in just 35 years. It wasn't that long ago, only a few years ago, because I remember when we started television even, that we were, you know, working with slow computer programs. We had editing programs. Before you made any change on an edit, you had to render everything. You couldn't look at it first. It took forever to edit. That was only 7 years ago. And now we can just look at things and edit them, then look at them again. We don't have to render anything right away. Everything's faster. We had to wait forever for something to render, sometimes a whole night we'd have to wait. Now we don't, just minutes away, and we can look at it. It's awesome. It's absolutely fantastic, the world we're living in. Even cameras, my gosh, look at the cameras we have now. They're like this size and they do everything for you. It wasn't that long ago when every film that was produced had to be done on film, literal film, and everything had to be spliced and cut and everything. It was, I mean, the day we're living in is phenomenal. You can do anything, and God wants you to pray about getting on this massive wave of escalation in this hour, because you can actually change the world at a flick of a button. You can. August the 8th to the 13th, we are hosting this compact, intensive 6-day course on filmmaking, where you can actually be involved in the process of making a film. And when you finish, you will actually see the film. You'll actually see the film that you worked through the process with. And you know, we can do that in 6 days now. Hello? And I want you to go to xp-mediatraining.com and find out how you can sign up for that intensive. In fact, plan on staying with us a little bit longer, because August 16 to the 20th, we are planning our big film festival in Phoenix, where we've got Christian producers who are producing major films, documentaries, full features, musicals, little mini clips and things like that that you can put up on the internet. We're hosting over 50 workshops at that film festival on all kinds of different subjects, including new media like social media and how you can activate it, use it for missions, use it for your ministry, your businesses, your personal life, building relationship through it. We're going to have workshops on production, directing, script writing, print media like publishing books and things like that, makeup artistry, I mean, you name it, anything to do with filming and video and audio, it's going to be there in workshops. It's going to be this big smorgasbord. It's going to be amazing. Why don't you come August 16 to 20 and maybe take in that 1 week before that event starts and just learn how to make films. It's going to be awesome. And then don't forget to look at our fall schedule. We've got our acting school. We've got major teaching. You can take our weekend intensives or our 2-month full-time acting school that is taught by Hollywood professionals. But our main desire for that is to raise up a company of professional actors who will not be bought or sold, who will not bow their knee to Baal, who will not compromise, but raise up the standard of kingdom values and produce quality entertainment for the world to see that carries the pulse of God's heartbeat. When you finish this 2-month intensive course, you will have the basics of what you need to actually go and get an agent, to do auditions, to try out for things. Acting, of course, is a lifelong teaching journey. You know, you have to learn more as you go. Practice makes perfect, all of that. But you'll have the basics that you can actually launch into a career when you finish. You know, we're excited about this. At XP, we're in prayer, believing for the emergence of this media army. We've got media boot camps planned where you can learn how to get behind what happens behind the camera, what happens behind a production. You know, just go on xpmediatraining.com and see what is available for you to engage in, that you can join this emerging army of champions that God is raising up. And don't forget the Film Fest. Go on christianfilmfest.org and join us August 16 to 20. We've rented out the entire Fiesta Resort Hotel, every conference room, every sleeping room, all the grounds are ours for the entire 5 days of the event. It's going to be phenomenal. You'll want to be there.